फिरत फिरत प्रभ आया परिया तौ सरनाए, नानकी प्रभ बेनती अपनी भगति लाए। कहा बुद्ध प्रभ तुच्छ हमारी, बर न सकै महिमा जो तिहारी। हम न सकत कर सिफत तुम्हारी, आप लेहो तुम कथा सुधारी। मूक उच्चरे शास्त्र खट, पिंग गिर न चढ़ जाए। अंध लखै बदरो सुनै, जो काल कृपा कराए। अंध लखै बदरो सुनै, जो काल कृपा कराए।
सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जी। श्लोक रूप ना रेख ना रंग किछ, त्रेह गुण ते प्रभ भिन्न। तिस है बुझाए नानका, जिस होवै सो प्रसन्न। रूप ना रेख ना रंग किछ।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। सतगुरु जी साजी नवाजी साध संगत जी, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਅੰਦਰ ਇਕੱਤਰ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੁਖ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਕਥਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ। We bless you in the court of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji to listen to the Katha of Sri Sukhmani Sahib। ਬਿਨ ਭਾਗਾ ਸਤਸੰਗ ਨਾ ਲੱਭੈ, ਬਿਨ ਸੰਗਤ ਮੈਲ ਪਰੀਜੈ ਜੀਓ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਬਚਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਾਗ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਸਤ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੀਆਂ ਘੜੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ। Without the Guru's blessings, we cannot come into Sad Sangat. We cannot sit in the company of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj bin Sangat Mail Parijay Jio. The Guru Sahib says, without Sad Sangat, bin Sangat, Sangat to Bagair, bin Sangat Mail Parijay Jio. That this mind of ours, which is like a panda, which is like a bowl, it cannot become pure unless we come into Sad Sangat. Our mind stays polluted in the vikar, the different passions, different just the 5 thieves that are in our mind, that without Sad Sangat our mind cannot become pure, it stays polluted all the time. So coming into Sad Sangat by listening to Guru Sahib Ji's Katha, Hari di Katha, Sun Har Katha Utari Mail, Vaheguru Ji di Katha nu sarvan karke Maha Puneet Bhai Sukh Sail, us jeev pavitr ho janda hai. Puneet means pure. Like sunate puneet kahte pavitr. Sunate puneet means to be pure. Whoever listens to the Guru's Bani becomes pure, kahte pavitr. Whoever recites the Guru's Bani, pavitr means the same thing, pavitr, pure as well. So, sunahara katha utari mail. Utari means to be removed, mail means all the dirt. All the dirt inside us, papa rupi mail, is all taken away. The sins that we committed in many lives, millions of lives, billions of lives, all washed away just by listening to the Guru's Katha. Just like in Sri Japji Sahib, the prayer that every Sikh reads every morning, in that prayer of Japji Sahib, Maharaj Ji says, Suniya duk paap ka nas, Nanak bhagata sada vigasa, that the saints are always in Ananda. Why? Suniya duk paap ka nas, because they listen to the Guru's Bani. Just by listening, duk paap ka nas, sare dukh te paap nivirt ho jande han. That much shakti is in the Guru's Bani. Just by listening to it, so much dukh, so many sins are taken away, washed away. That is the kala, that is the mehma of Guru Maharaj Ji's Bani. So with the blessings of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, we come to the 16th Solvi Ashtapadi, Ate Solva Salok. So the 16th Ashtapadi, the 16th Slok of Sri Sukhmani Sahib. So we're basically 2/3 through Sri Sukhmani Sahib. There's 24 Ashtapadiya, 24 Ashtapadiya, Ashtapadi, Asht means At, Padiya means Pade. 8 sections within one Ashtapadi. An Ashtapadi is made of 8 sections and there's 24 of those in this Bani. Meaning that whoever reads Sri Sukhmani Sahib the part, all their breaths become fruitful in that day. Takriban, for roughly there's about 24,000 breaths we take every single day. So all those 24 breaths that we take in that day become safal, become of full use, become blessed if you read Sri Sukhmani Sahib the part. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj's bachan. So reaching the second third of this Bani, last third to go of Sri Sukhmani Sahib, the Katha. Hopefully by the end of this year we should finish off this Katha. Ye pichle hafte Saad Sangat Ji, last week we went through the 15वीं Ashtapadi. The Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji spoke to us in the last Panktiya ke Par Brahm jin sach kar jata, Nanak so jan sach samata. Par Brahm. Brahm means the creator, Par Brahm is the supreme creator. Par Brahm jin sach kar jata. Jata means jaan liya. The one who realized that WhyGuru Ji is the truth. ਨਾਨਕ ਸੋ ਜਨ ਉਸ ਜਨ ਸੱਚ ਸਮਾਤਾ, ਉਸ ਸੱਚਾ ਸਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਸੱਚੇ ਸਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਮਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. That one absorbs in the truth. They become one with the truth from WhyGuru Ji. There is no difference with them and WhyGuru Ji. If they can understand that, Par Brahma so jan sach jata. Par Brahma, the one who sees WhyGuru Ji as the truth, who understands jin sach kar jata, who understands that Sab Gobind hai, Sab Gobind hai, Gobind bind nahi koi, that there is only WhyGuru. Sahib mera eko hai bhai eko hai. There is only one giver, there is only one master. Sabana jiya ka ik data, so main visar na jaye. So may I never forget that one. Guru Maharaj Ji made this upadesh very clear to us last week in the Katha. So is hafte Saad Sangat Ji, in this Katha today, this week we go through the 16वीं अष्टपदी of Sri Sukhmani Sahib. दोस्तों पहला जो 16वां श्लोक है, the 16th slok by Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji of the Sukhmani Sahib Ji the Bani. Let's go through that now. So let's focus our minds on the charan of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji. So Sari Sangat, Tan Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji de Pavitr Charan Kamla te Dhyan Tarke Akho Ji Satnam Sri WhyGuru Sahib Ji.
ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਰੂਪ ਨਾ ਰੇਖ ਨਾ ਰੰਗ ਕਿਛ ਤ੍ਰਿਹ ਗੁਣ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਿੰਨ.
So Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji ਕਥਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਰੂਪ ਨਾ ਰੰਗ ਨਾ ਰੇਖ. रूप है, they talk about the form of WhyGuru Ji, कि प्रभु परमेश्वर वाहिगुरु जी दा रूप, they have no रूप, उस दा रूप नहीं है, they have no form. रूप ना रंग, रूप ना रेख ना रंग. रेख means that they have no लकीर. लकीर means types of marks. जिਵੇਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਸਾਸ, if you look at our hands, we got lines on them. We can maybe read, some people say you can read your palms, you can read the future of somebody. So Maharaj Ji is saying that when it comes to WhyGuru Ji, roop na rekh na rang kicha. Kicha te WhyGuru Ji has no roop. They have no form. Na manukh hai, na hi manukh hai. Kach, mach, pashu nahi hai. They're not a human, they're not a fish, they're not an animal that lives in the sea. They're not a pashu, different types of cattle. They're none of these things. They have no akar. Akar to bina. When we say ke akar means form. So roop na rekha, lakir to bagair, they have no marks. They rang, they're not chitta, they're not kala, they're not peela, they're none of these colors. They're beyond all of them. Just like in Sri Jap Sahib, Maharaj Ji tells us ke roop rang ar rekha pekha kou keh na sakat kehe. They say that kou na keh na sakat kehe. Nobody can speak about their rupa, their rang. Roop rang ar rekha pekha. Rekha ithe rekha, lekha. Nobody can speak about that one, WhyGuru Ji. They're beyond all these things. You cannot paint a picture of WhyGuru Ji. WhyGuru Ji is Niragan Swarup. They have no form. They are the formless one. So Roop na Rekh na Ranga Kicha Treh Guna Prabh Tehe Prabh Pin. Tehe Guna Te Prabh Pin. Treho Gun He means Tinna Guna To Vakra hai. That they are separate from the Tin Gun. Tin gun, he means sato, rajo, tamo, te sato gun. That WhyGuru Ji is separate from these three things. What does that mean? Rajo gun means a type of quality. For example, when we feel very angry, we have a lot of passion, we have a lot of energy. So WhyGuru Ji doesn't come into this state. It will make more sense in a second. Then they go tamogun. Tamogun is when somebody becomes a bit more evil-minded and has evil thoughts, becomes very jealous. For satogun, to be very peaceful. If you look at our mind, it goes from being angry to having horrible thoughts to then having very nice thoughts. And it's a cycle. Again and again, we switch from one to the other. Maybe more we're in more of the evil thoughts, more the angry thoughts. These kind of thoughts are less peaceful, but we keep switching from one to the other. But so when it comes to WhyGuru Ji, Treh Guna Te Prabh Pin. Pin means Vakra. WhyGuru Ji is separate from all three of them. They don't change their state. Like our state changes. 1 minute we're happy, next minute we're not happy. Then we're happy, then we're not happy. WhyGuru Ji is beyond that. The Jire Brahmgyani Han Saad Sangat Ji, the saints, they are also above the Tregun. They are in the Chautha Pad. They are beyond these three states, and then the fourth state, the supreme state. So they've gone beyond these three things, And they've gone to the first say, Treh gun te prabh bhin, hanji.
ਤਿਸ ਹੈ 부ਝਾਏ ਨਾਨਕਾ ਜਿਸ ਹੋਵੈ ਸੋ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਨ
So ਜਿਸ ਹੋਵੇ ਸੋ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਨ, ਜਿਸ ਉੱਤੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਪਲੀ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਨ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, on that one that Vaihguru becomes pali prakar prasann, that means very, very happy. ਤਿਸ ਹੈ 부ਝਾਏ ਨਾਨਕਾ. ਨਾਨਕਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਕਥਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਤਿਸ ਹੈ 부ਝਾਏ, ਉਸ ਜੀਵ, when Guru said his ਕਿਰਪਾ, ਉਸ ਜੀਵ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਜੀਵ ਆਪਣੇ ਅਸਲ ਸਰੂਪ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਹੈ. That person knows their true form. ਤਿਸ ਹੈ 부ਝਾਏ. 부ਝਾਏ means to know. That person understands their true form when ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ does ਕਿਰਪਾ. ਤਿਸ ਹੈ 부ਝਾਏ ਨਾਨਕਾ ਜਿਸ ਹੋਵੈ ਹੈ ਸੁਖ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਨ. ਸੁਖ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਨ means very, very happy. When ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ becomes pleased, that person is able to know their true form and they realize that actually I'm not this rupa, I'm not this Rekh, I'm not this Rang, I'm not white, I'm not black, I'm not a Hindu, I'm not a Muslim, not a Christian, I'm not a Sikh by name, right? I'm beyond all these things. What am I? I am that Atmak Swarup. Achal Murata, Anapau Prakas, Amitoj ke hijjai. That is their form. Achal Murata. Achal. Chal means something that can move. Achal means immovable. Achal Murat. That one Vaihguru ji cannot be moved. Just as the Atma, it cannot be destroyed. Achal Murat Anapau Prakas, Amitoj ke hijjai. Amitoj means with so much energy, so much power, so much Shakti. You cannot even fathom how much Shakti is in that one. Or within our true form in the Atma. So Guru Sahib is telling us that this is buਝਾਏ ਨਾਨਕਾ ਜਿਸ ਹੋਵੇ ਸੋ ਪ੍ਰਸੰਨ. When Vaihguru becomes pleased, then that person knows their true form. Hanji.
ਅਸ਼ਟਪਦੇ ਅਬਨਾਸੀ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਮਨ ਮਹਿ ਰਾਖ.
So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji is going to speak to us all and say, hey Bhai, hey Prana Tari Ji. They're saying, oh being, oh Sikh of the Guru, oh Jagyasu, one who is spiritually seeking to become one with the Guru. They say ke Abhanasi, Prabh Man Meherak. Abhanasi here means Anastoret, the one who cannot be destroyed by Guru Ji. No matter what somebody tries, they can't destroy that one. Abhanasi, Prabh Man Meherak. Prabh means Prabhu Parameshwar Vaihguru Ji. Guru Maharaj Ji ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਨਾਸ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਤ ਸਰੂਪ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਕਰ. ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੇਤੇ ਕਰ, ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੇਤੇ ਕਰ. They said that one Vaihguru Ji who's Abhanasi, who can't be destroyed, Man Meherak. Put them inside your mind, put them inside your heart. Man Meherak. So Maharaj Ji is speaking to us, but when we're reading this Bani, we're speaking to our mind, saying, hey mere mana, Abhanasi Prabh Man Meherak. Keep them inside your mind at all times. Whatever's happening, don't forget that Vaihguru Ji Hanji.
ਮਾਨੁਖ ਕੀ ਤੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਤਿਆਗ.
The Guru Sahib is saying ਕਿ ਤੇ ਮਾਨੁਖ ਕੀ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ, ਹੋਰਨਾ ਪੁਰਖਾ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੀਤੀ ਦੀ ਹੋਰਨਾ ਪੁਰਖਾ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੀਤੀ ਛੱਡ ਨਾ ਕਰ. That give up all your preeti, all your love for anybody else. When they're saying love here, preeti pave moho. Moho means attachment. So lose all attachment. Guru Sahib is not saying you shouldn't love anyone. There's nothing wrong with having love. Just like how Guru says, ke jin prem kyo tanhi prapayo. That doesn't just mean having love for God, it means having love for all of creation. Because Vaihguru Ji resides in the creation. Khalaka meh. In Gurbani, they say that the Creator is in the creation and creation is in the Creator. But Maharaj Ji is saying here, that lose that attachment that we have to people. And they give this beautiful dirishtant in the Katha of Mahapurush. They say to us, how can you understand the difference between love and attachment? Just look at a babysitter, for example. If you look at a babysitter, imagine that babysitter, let's just say that that's a female babysitter. Well, not generalizing, but generally there might be more. Right? I don't want to be telling me off afterwards. Or saying I want to become babysitter as well. But the point is that you can imagine that she looks after these kids for a very long time, but she knows that one day she's going to have to move on because those kids are going to grow up. I can't remember the last time you found a 25-year-old who had a babysitter, right? Who needed babysitting, right? If you do, then that's probably got to sort that out, right? So she knows that she has to leave that family one day, those children, and move on. She loves the kids, but she doesn't have attachment because she knows she has to go to another family. So that's the difference. She has love for them, but she doesn't have that attachment because she knows one day I'm going to have to move on. Just like us, we can have love for those people around us, but realize that one day They're not going to stay with us. Everyone has to go. Jo aaya, so chalasi, sab koi aayi vaari hai. That means jo aaya, whoever's coming to this world, so chalasi has to go. Sab koi aayi vaari. It's going to be, vaari means vaari. One day it's going to be our turn to go as well. So they're saying as long as you have this G, jiske G pran hai, so sahib mano vasari. Oh, kyo sahib mano vasari hai. They say as long as you have this life force running through you, kyo sahib mano vasari. Why do you forget that one? The one who's given you everything. Why do you forget them? Guru Sahib is saying to all of us. So Maharaji here is saying to us ke abanasi prab man meh rakh manuk ki tu preet tyag. Tyag means chadna kar. They say give up this attachment that you have to those around you, those people, your family members, because one day they're going to have to go or you're going to have to go, and that preeti is not going to stay anymore. Hanji
ਤਿਸਤੇ ਪਰੈ ਨਾਹੀ ਕਿਛ ਕੋਇ
ਤਿਸ ਤੇ ਪਰੇ ਉਸ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਗੈਰ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, or ਉਸ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ, after ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ or without ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, there's nothing else. ਹੋਰ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. Without ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ is nothing else. There's nobody else. There's only ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ. There's only one ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ. ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਸਰਬ ਨਿਰੰਤਰ ਏਕੋ ਸੋਇ
ਸਰਬ ਨਿਰੰਤਰ ਏਕੋ ਸੋਇ. ਇੱਕ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਸਭ ਸਰਬ ਨਿਰੰਤਰ. ਨਿਰੰਤਰ means that they reside in everybody. ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਵਿਆਪਕ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ. They are completely residing in all places. ਵਿਆਪਕ means to be fully residing in all the places. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਰਬ ਨਿਰੰਤਰ ਏਕੋ ਸੋਇ. ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਆਪੇ ਬੀਨਾ ਆਪੇ ਦਾਨਾ.
ਤੇ ਬੀਨਾ ਹੈ means ਦੇਖਣ ਵਾਲਾ, ਤੇ ਆਪੇ ਬੀਨਾ ਆਪੇ ਦਾਨਾ. ਦਾਨਾ means ਜਾਣਨ ਵਾਲਾ. So ਆਪੇ ਬੀਨਾ means that ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ can see everything. ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਪਤ ਕੰਮਾਂ ਹਨ ਸਾਧ ਸਿੰਘ, those hidden things that we do that others don't see, and we think that look, I did this, I did that, and nobody appreciates what I've done. They say ਆਪੇ ਬੀਨਾ, ਕਿ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁਪਤ ਕੰਮਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੈ. That they see all those things that nobody else can see. So just like in Jets ਦੀ ਕੀ ਵਾਰ Guru Sahib says ਕਿ ਪੇਖਨ ਸੁਨਨ ਸੁਨਾਵਨੋ ਮਨ ਮਹਿ ਦ੍ਰਿੜ੍ਹ ਐਸਾਜ. ਕਿ ਪੇਖਨ means ਦੇਖਣਾ. That ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ sees those things that nobody else can see. ਤੇ ਸੁਨਨ, they can hear those things that nobody else can hear. ਤੇ ਸੁਨਾਵਨੋ, those words that you speak, they can hear, or they speak those words as well, that are sitting inside your heart. When we read Guru Bani, Guru Sahib Ji can speak to us what we're feeling inside. So pekana sunano sunavano man meh dridhi aisaj. So Guru Arjan Dev Ji here said is ape bina ape jana. So dekhan wala hai te fir janan wala hai, meaning ke all those sankalp te vikalp. So what is the definition of the mind? Mind means ke sankalp ate vikalp. That mind, our mind is filled with, sankalp means initial thought, and vikalp means the thought that comes out of the initial thought. Bhave Saad Sangat Ji, if you wake up in the morning and you say, I'm going to brush my teeth, that is a sankalp, a thought. What's a vikalp? Okay, there's no toothpaste. So that comes out of the initial thought, and then I need to go to the shop. That's another vikalp. Is the shop open? The thoughts keep on coming and coming. Of course, that's the simple one, but we can imagine negative thoughts that we have inside our mind. They say that Vaheguru Ji is ape bina ape dana. Dana pave janan wala hai. They know everything that we're thinking inside our mind. So Maharaji is saying to us that whatever state we're in, Vaheguru Ji knows. Hanji.
Gahar gambhir gahir sujana.
Gahar os Vaheguru Ji nirahal hai. Nirahal means that they're unfathomable. We cannot fathom Vaheguru Ji. Gahar gambhir. Samundra di niyai dunga hai. They're very, very deep, just like an ocean. You cannot find the end of the ocean. And Vaheguru Ji is not only unfathomable, but they're so deep we cannot find the limits, the ends of Vaheguru. Gahir gambhir gahir. Gahir here means khajane de niyai, just like a treasure. Vaheguru Ji just like a treasure. Te gahir gambhir gahir sojana. Sojana means antarjami. Antarjami means they know everything. The things that others don't know, Vaheguru Ji knows. They know all the thoughts that we're having. Just like in Siddhi Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaji's time, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj was invited to the mosque, to the masjid, to do namaz with the Musliman. The Uthe Saad Singh Jira Brahman si, he got very scared, one of the Brahmins in that pind, or Suntarpur Lodi, because he thought himself that Guru Nanak Dev Ji is going to convert to Islam. But he couldn't stop Guru Nanak Dev Ji, because as soon as Guru Nanak Dev Ji entered the masjid, he thought, I'm not going in the mosque, right? So he stood outside. Whilst Guru Nanak Dev Ji went inside the mosque, there was the Qazi, was the priest, and there was Daulat Khan Lodi, and all the Muslims doing their namaz. So namaz karan to pehla Sahib Singh Ji, they first have to do their ishnan. I think it's called Uju, they call it, where they do their ishnan, they bathe. So they wash their hands, their feet, their neck, their legs, their face, rinse their mouth with water. So they're doing this. They start the namaz, Friday prayer, which starts with I think it's called Jummah, forgot what it's called now. They're doing that on their Friday. The Guru Nanak Dev Ji joined the whole of the Sangha, the Muslim Sangha, to do namaz as well. So they all start doing the namaz, they start praying, bowing, how the Muslim do it. The Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Ji, Khontupai Mani Singh Ji is laughing. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is laughing at that time. The Daulat Khan Lodi and the Qazi look at Guru Nanak Dev Ji and say, why are you laughing for? You're doing complete biadbi. And the Qazi says to Daulat Khan ke Guru Nanak Dev Ji kafir. They called him a kafir at that time. Right? So they basically cuss Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Ji. And they say that, look, they're laughing when we're doing a namaz. The Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says, I'm not laughing at the namaz, I'm laughing at you guys. I'm laughing at you. I'm not laughing at your prayer, I'm laughing at your actions. And they go, why are you laughing for? The Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj says that you're physically doing the namaz, sareer karke, for your body you're bowing, and you're praying in a direction where Saudi Arabia is Makkah, but they go, man karke, in your mind you're very, very far away. Very, very far away. They say to Daulat Khan, okay, you were thinking about your trade, your solda, you're thinking about your kore, your horses that you were going to buy. Right? So you were not praying, your mind was so far away. Then at that time, they said that Daulat Khan Lodi started to almost tell off Neji. The Qazi starts to tell off Daulat Khan Lodi, okay, what are you doing? You should have been focusing. You're doing a namaz. Then Guru Nanak Dev Ji looks at them and says to him, you were worried about your horse that had just given birth to a young child, and there was this little toa, there was this little hole in your kid, and you're worried that your little baby horse is going to fall inside it. So your mind wasn't there either. So Guru Sahib Ji lifted his parda as well, because he was trying to cuss Daulat Khan Lodi, but he wasn't focusing either. Then Maharaj Ji said something very interesting. They go that if the leader cannot focus, how are all the people meant to focus that are following him? If the Qazi is not focusing on his part, the Jire Musliman Lokhan, the Sikhs, they're still Sikhs of the Muslim Dharam, they're still part of that Dharam, they're still learning from them. How are they meant to focus? Well, if the leader is blind, then what are the children going to do? What are the servants going to do if the one that's leading them is blind himself as well? So Maharaj Ji gave this upadesh to them. So Geheding a bead, Gahir so Janna, the Maharaj Ji's antarjami. They know everything, they know all the thoughts that we're thinking. Pave, when we do part, if we're not hazard, then if we're not physically focusing, then how can we expect the Guru to be hazard? Okay? If we're not physically there, then how can we expect the Guru to be physically there? It's not to say the Guru is not there, but the point is that we have to point the finger at ourselves and think, when we're doing part, is our mind there, is our dhyan there? Because if it's not, then we ask ourselves, why don't we get the fall of Gurbani? But the answer is there in itself. So Maharaj Ji is saying, Gehir Gabir, Gehir so Janna, WhyGuru Ji themselves is Antarjami. The Sahib Singh Ji, just at the start of this Ashtapadi, where Maharaj says, Manukhi, they say, Abanasi Pra Man Meheraka, Manukhi tu Prita Tyaga, to give up this attachment, because all these thoughts that we have in our mind are a form of attachment that we have to something in the mind. But again, in Sri Sukhmani Sahib Ji Bani, Maharaj Ji tells that jo chadna so asthir kar mane, jo hovan so dur parane. Jo chadna means that thing that's going to leave us, jis cheez ek din, that one day it's going to leave us, it's going to go away from us one day. Jo chadna so asthir kar mane. Asthir means to always remain. That thing that's going to leave, we think is always going to stay. That's what our state is, that we are so focused on those things that are not going to stay. And I said, Jo hovan means Jo rehna hai sade naal, to the end of this time, atir parlok dich, and in the next world, They say, Jo hovan so dur parane, we keep it very far from us. Meaning, when it comes to, to do Simran, Naam Japana, Dhyan Lona, these kind of things, so dur parane. See, both dur rakhde ha from ourselves. Keep it very far from ourselves. But Jo chadna, the thing that's going to leave us, we keep that so close. And we put so much time into that. But Maharaj is saying that that's not going to go with us. Chod jai tissa sram kare. To renounce that thing, that's going to become nothing one day. So you become mitti. Put that to one side. Hanji, agge paro ji.
Par Brahm Parmesar Gobind.
So Par Brahm, the true creator Paramesar, jo vyapak swarup hai Gobind. Prithya di rakhya karne wale. The one who protects this whole world. Gobind. Go means Prithvi. Bind means to protect. A protector, WhyGuru ji, the one who protects his whole creation. Everyone has a part of this creation, Hanji.
Kripa Nidan Dayal Bakhsand.
Kripa Nidan, Kripa de Khajane. They are the treasure of Kripa. They are completely filled with Kripa. Te Dayal. Daya Al. This is two words put together. Daya Dakar. WhyGuru ji is the home of compassion. So Kripa Nidan Dayal Hanji Bakhsand. Bakhsand means ke sare augna de bakshan wale ho, WhyGuru ji. They are the one that forgives all of our augna. So jive Maharaj says ke hum usne pankti tu how papi tu baksanahar. How papi. I am a sinner, te tu baksanahar. You are the forgiver. So if Guru Bani is saying it about us, then what is us there? We all, obviously I can only speak for myself, being a papi, but when we go to Bani to realize that, how papi, tum baksanahar. We know what we are, and we know what they are. But for some reason, we only focus on what we are. We forget what they are. They are baksanahar. We may say that I'm the biggest papi, I cannot be forgiven, but then we're saying that WhyGuru ji has a limit, that God cannot fix me. Then we're limiting God. But God is bakshanahar. So Kirpa Nidan, look at the way they're building up. They say they're the treasure of mercy, of blessings. They're the home of compassion. And then Baksand. They forgive everyone. WhyGuru ji. And there was a Sakhi of this Mataji. It was either from Sheve Pashaji or Satve Pashaji's time. She had a lot of praying for Satguru ji Maharaj, but she was also very afraid. Had a lot of sharam, a lot of shame inside her, that she wouldn't go next to Satguru ji Maharaj. So when it came to Maharaj ji setting up the Divanik Tambu which Sasani in the tent, Maharaj ji set up this beautiful Divan with Guru Sahib to travel the round of all around Bharat Desh at that time. They usse vele Sasani Maharaj ji singing a Takht Sahib, and this Bibbi's entered the Darbar and she's standing at the back and she's singing the Shabad to Maharaj ji. And she's saying in the Shabad, she's saying, Tu papi hum baksanahar. So she's meant to be saying, how papi tu baksanahar, but she's saying ke tu papi hum baksanahar. So she's singing this Shabad, she's saying that you're the sinner and I'm the forgiver. When she should be saying, I'm the sinner and you're the forgiver. So she's saying it the wrong way around. And Guru, but her words are saying that, but inside, her heart is saying the other thing. Her heart is saying ke how papi tu baksanahar. And at that time, the Guru Sikhs come and they try to stop her, but Maharaj ji stops them and say that Roko, they say don't touch her. They say you don't know what she's saying inside. You don't know what her heart is saying. Her heart is saying that ke how papi tu baksanahar. That I am the sinner, ke hum avaguna pare, ek gun nahi. That I'm full of organ. Ek gun nahi. I don't even have one good quality. Ke amrita chad bikhe bikakai. The Guru has given me everything. The Guru has given me this Amrit Rupi Naam. When we go to Panch Pyare, they give us everything we need. Everything comes from Panch Pyare. And then what do? Amrit Chad. We take the Amrit Rupi Upadesh. Those Upadesh nu tyag karke, we put it to one side. Amrit Chad bikhe bikakai. We just take in poison again and again. Maya moho parampe pule. Maya, we're so attached to this whole illusion. Parampe pule, sutadara so priti laga. We love with our children, with our partner. But Maharaj ji says that we can still be saved. How? Ik uttama pant sunyo Guru Sangat. By coming into Sad Sangat, we can be saved. So, ik ardas paat ki rat ki Guru Ram Das rakho saranai keep me in your sharan, Sache Pash Ji. Hey Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj Ji, bless me with your charan sharan, to keep me in your sanctuary where your pavitra charan are. So again, Kripa Nidan Dayal Baksand, ke Maharaj Ji is the one that forgives all of our augana that we have inside us. Hanji.
ਸਾਧ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੀ ਚਰਨੀ ਪਾਓ
Te Saad Singh Ji Saad. What is a Saad? Jinhone apne man nu saad liya, the one who has controlled their mind. Panch Doot tud vas kite, Kal Kantak Marya. Do we read in another side the part? Panch Doot tud vas kite. Vas he means to control, to bring under control. Panch Doot, jede Panch Doot han, Panch Chor, Panch Vikar, Panch Doot tud vas kite. Vas means to control. Kal Kantak Marya. And they've removed this noose of death from around their neck. That is a true sadhu santa. Tere ki charni pao. Ke this is my ardas, this is my benti ki una di charan turi baksho Maharaji. Charni pao. Bless me to fall in that charan, to always stay in this charan. Kar sadhu anjali punna vadda hai, kar dandaut punna vadda hai. Jive Sohila Sahib the Bani which Maharaji tells us ke if you meet such a saint, kar sadhu anjali punna vadda hai, to do namaskar to that santa is a very big punna. Kar dandaut punna vadda hai. To do dandaut very simply means to do matha take. Jo dise Guru Sikhara, this niv lago pae jio. Je people say you shouldn't do that, then read Guru Bani and ask Guru Bani. Don't ask me. To fall in the feet of another Guru Sikh in Nimrata and Prem, of course, no, Guru Sahib is Hazuri, and Guru Sahib Hazuri only bow to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. But this is the state of Guru Sikhs that we can look at in the olden days. Very rare to see today. If they see another Guru Da Sikh, Jo Dise Guru Sikhara, this is niv lago paji. They fall on their feet. They are sacrificed to that Guru Sikh. So Maharaj is saying, Saad tere ki charni pao, that bless you with their charan turi, bless you to fall on their feet, Hanji.
ਨਾਨਕ ਕੈ ਮਨ ਇਹੋ
Te
ਅਨਰਾਗ
Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Ji, the Panjava Swarup, Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj Ji, Kathan karde han, ke man eho anarao. Man means ima, mind eho anarao. I have this one desire, this prem, this desire, that I can have that charan turi of the Guru Sikhs, of those ones who are the Sikhs, the followers, the Pashiks, the Jagyasus of WhyGuru Ji, Hanji.
ਮਨਸਾ ਪੂਰਨ ਸਰਨਾ ਜੋਗ
So Manasa Puran ke oho Prabhu Parameshwar WhyGuru Ji, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਆਸਾ ਜਾਂ ਇੱਛਾ ਸਾਸੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਛਾ ਪੂਰਨ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੈ. That they're the one that fulfills all our desires that we have inside us. All those faults that we have, ke manasa puran. Puran means to complete. Puran karde han, they complete them. Sarna jog. Sarna means ke jis jiva WhyGuru Ji di sharan vich pੈ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, the one who comes into Guru Sahib Ji's sharan, jog means layak, means worthy, deserving of WhyGuru Ji's rakhya, protection. Whoever comes into Guru sharan is always protected. This ki sarna sarba dukha sarba sukha pava hai. That all they gain all the sukh by coming to the Guru sharan. Where there's sukh, there's no more dukh, Hanji.
ਜੋ ਕਰ ਪਾਇਆ ਸੋਈ ਹੋਗ
Jo kar paya pave Satsang Ji, the hukum of WhyGuru Ji, the will of WhyGuru Ji, jo kar paya. Jo sade hatha utte Satsang Ji, we have this lekha. We have these lines that are written that tell us what's going to happen. Or on our matha as well. This is to do with our pralabad karam. Meaning all the actions that we bring into this life, all the fruits that we're going to gain. They say, Jo kar paya, whatever WhyGuru Ji is put in on our hands on our matha, soi hog, that's going to happen. We cannot change what's going to happen in our life in terms of if we're going to have to face something, we'd have to face it. The only thing we can do is reduce the fall of it, the fruits of it. Meaning, let's just say we was meant to get hit by a car and we're meant to get like proper like mashed up, right? Legs broken, everything. Instead of breaking our legs, that can be reduced to just a bruise on our leg. So that karam can be reduced. But ape bija pe hi khaho. We still have to get the fruits of it, but that can be reduced to something so minute through naam. Through naam japake, then that fall is reduced, Hanji.
ਹਰਨ ਭਰਨ ਜਾ ਕਾ ਨੇਤਰ ਫੋਰ
The netra phor sasi, netra means akha, phor means in the blink of an eye. Harna parna. Ke Satsang Ji, is sansara was created so quickly, and can be destroyed so quickly. Meaning in the blink of an eye, WhyGuru ji haran means ke pad lo. Nas karna te paran means paida karna, to create. Then a blink of an eye, WhyGuru ji can create this whole world and they can destroy this whole world just in the blink of an eye. That is the Shakti in the power in God's hands, Hanji.
ਤਿਸਕਾ ਮੰਤਰ ਨਾ ਜਾਣੈ ਹੋਰ
ਤੇ ਉਸ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਗੁੱਜਾ ਭੇਤ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. Nobody can know the mysteries of God. Nobody can truly know who WhyGuru ji is, Hanji.
ਆਨੰਦ ਰੂਪ ਮੰਗਲ ਸਦ ਜਾ ਕੈ
ਤੇ ਆਨੰਦ ਰੂਪ ਉਸ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਆਨੰਦ ਸਰੂਪ ਹੈ. They are the form of bliss. ਮੰਗਲ ਸਦ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਗੀਤ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ, ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ, ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ. ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, all the time there's ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ, there's complete happiness in the Guru's home. There's always anand. Sometimes ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ in the physical home that's made of ਇੱਟਾਂ, made of bricks, ਜਾਂ ਸਰੀਰ ਰੂਪੀ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ, in this physical body, ਜੇ ਹ੍ਰਿਦਯ ਰੂਪੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ inside the heart, ਮੰਗਲ ਸਦ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਸਦਾ ਹੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਹਨ. There's always happiness. The one who has WhyGuru ji inside their heart, there's only sukh there. There's no dukh, Hanji.
ਸਰਬ ਥੋਕ ਸੁਨਿਐ ਹੈ ਘਰ ਤਾਕੈ
Jaisa Satguru Sunida, taiso he may dita. Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji tells us that when you hear the praise of WhyGuru ji, Jaisa Satguru Sunida. We hear Guru Sahib Ji's jas all the time. People talk about Guru Sahib Ji. They talk about the anand that they may feel when they do Simran or Path, ਜਾਂ if they had darshan of Guru Sahib Ji, Jaisa Satguru Sunida, taiso he may deet. But you'd only truly know until you see the Guru yourself. So ithe Maharaj Ji saying to us, Sarab thok suniya hai. Suniya hai means to have heard, to have listened to. Kar tak hai. Kar means that us kar de vich, in the home of WhyGuru Ji, Sarab thok, sare padarth, all the gifts, all the commodities, all the items I've heard about in WhyGuru Ji's home that can be gained. All the sukha and all the dukh that we can take away, all the gun, all the happiness can be gained. I've heard about this from the satsang, from Guru Sahib Ji's Guru Sikha, that os kar de vich there's ananda roopa, there's ananda, the ananda swarup, the true form of bliss WhyGuru Ji, Mangala Sada Jake, there's always khushiya in the home of WhyGuru Ji, Hanji.
Raj Maharaj Jog Mah Jogi.
Te oho Parmeshwar WhyGuru Ji Rajya vich Raja hai. That in all the Rajya, on all the Raje, all the kings, they are the Raja. Fir Hanji, Rajve Raj
Jog Mah Jogi.
Jog Meh Jogi. Te Jogya vich Jogi hai. Then all the Yogis means everyone who does a form of yoga, means pave jodna. Yatan kar dene, they make an effort to connect to God. So Raj Meh Raj, Jog Meh Jogi, Hanji.
Tap Meh Tapisar, Grist Meh Bhogi.
So Tap Meh Tapisar. Tap hai means ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਤਪ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਸੋ ਤਪਿਆ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜੋ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਤਪੀਸਰ ਹੈ, the one who is the greatest type of tapa, WhyGuru Ji is that inside them. Tap means to do penance, to put yourself through such pain. They say God is inside that person as well. Te grehast meh bhogi. Grehast means the ones who live a gristi jivan. Meh bhogi, bhogi means bhogna. Pave in English, partake. The people that live in the householder's life, that WhyGuru Ji resides in them as well. Just like how Bhai Gurdas Ji tells us, Gyanan mein gyan ar, Dhyanan mein dhyan gur, Sakala dharam hai, Grihast mein pradhan hai. Okay, within all the different types of dharam, the greatest dharam is Grihast, Gristi Jivan. Sab to shrestha Jivan hai, the one who lives a Gristi Jivan. According to Bhai Gurdas Ji's Bani, that is the greatest dharam to have, to live a Gristi Jivan, to live in a householder's life, and to still have Sikhi. To still follow Guru Sahib Ji Sikhya whilst living. That's why if you look at all of our Gurus, from Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Ji to Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj Ji, of course Siddhi Har Krishna Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji, Guru Har Krishna Sahib Ji Maharaj was only 8 years old when they left their Siddhi. But all of our Gurus had a family. They all lived the Grist Jivan. So Saad Sangat Ji, Jogi andar jogiya, tu pogi andar pogiya. That Maharaj Ji, you are in all those yogis and pogi andar tu pogiya. You and all those people. You reside in everyone, WhyGuru Ji. So Raj Meh Raj, Jog Meh Jogi, Tap Meh Tapisar, Grihast Meh Bhogi, Hanji.
ਧਿਆਏ ਧਿਆਏ ਭਗਤ ਹੈ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਇਆ
ਧਿਆਏ ਪਾਵੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, the one who keeps a ਧਿਆਨ on WhyGuru Ji, ਭਗਤ ਹੈ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਕੀਤੀ. ਧਿਆਨ ਲਾ ਕੇ all day ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕਰ ਸੋਹਿਲਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਤੱਕ when you do ਸੋਹਿਲਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਪਾਠ before you sleep they still have that ਧਿਆਨ in ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਫਲ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਧ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸੁੱਖ ਪਾਏ ਉਸ ਜੀਵ ਸਾਰੇ ਸੁੱਖ ਪਾਉਣਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ they gain all the ਸੁੱਖ by doing this ਧਿਆਏ ਭਗਤ ਹੈ ਸੁੱਖ ਪਾਏ ਉਹ ਅਸਲ ਭਗਤ ਹੈ ਸਾਧ ਸਿੰਘ that's the true ਭਗਤ who keeps that ਧਿਆਨ in ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ all the times throughout the good times and the bad times keep the ਧਿਆਨ in ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸੋ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਾਧ ਸਿੰਘ just for 1 minute let's all put our ਧਿਆਨ in ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਚਰਨ we do some ਗੁਰੂ ਮੰਤਰ ਜਾਪ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ 1 ਮਿੰਟ ਵਾਸਤੇ so let's all cross our legs ਚੌਂਕੜਾ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ let's straighten our backs let's focus on ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ let's all do some ਗੁਰੂ ਮੰਤਰ ਜਾਪ together ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਨਾਨਕ ਤਿਸ ਪੁਰਖ ਕਾ ਕਿਨੈ ਅੰਤ ਨਾ ਪਾਇਆ
ਸੋ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਬਚਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਤਿਸ ਪੁਰਖ ਕਾ ਉਸ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਅੰਤ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਇਆ nobody can find the end of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ everybody has tried to find the end of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ but this ਪੁਰਖ ਕਾ ਕਿਨੈ ਅੰਤ ਨਾ ਪਾਇਆ nobody can ever find the end of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ they are limitless they have no end just like the ocean they are so deep somebody could keep on traveling and traveling searching for the end but they're never going to find it ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਜਾ ਕੀ ਲੀਲਾ ਕੀ ਮਿਤ ਨਾ ਹੈ
so ਜਾ ਕੀ ਲੀਲਾ ਲੀਲਾ ਹੈ means kautak means the wondrous plays of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਖੇਲ ਹੈ the play ਕੀ ਮਿਤ ਜੋ ਉਸ ਖੇਲ ਦੀ ਮਰਿਆਦਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਮਰਿਆਦਾ meaning the ways of Guru Sahib Ji's play na hai keemat na hai nobody can find the true nobody can understand the play of Guru Ji nobody can understand why Guru Ji does what Guru Ji does ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਸਗਲ ਦੇਵ ਹਾਰੇ ਅਵਗਾਹੇ
ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੇਵੀ ਦੇਵਤੇ ਹਨ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ 33 ਕਰੋੜ ਦੇਵੀ ਦੇਵਤੇ how many demigods are there 33 crore that means 330 million different types of demigods they say ਸਗਲ ਦੇਵ ਹਾਰੇ ਅਵਗਾਹੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਹਾਰ ਗਏ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ they've all given up trying to find out the plays of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ why do God do this why did they do that for they all think but they don't know the end of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਪਿਤਾ ਕਾ ਜਨਮ ਕੇ ਜਾਣੈ ਪੂਤ
so ਪਿਤਾ ਕਾ ਜਨਮ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ says ਕਿ ਪਿਤਾ ਦੇ ਜਨਮ ਦਾ ਹਾਲ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਕੀ ਜਾਣ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ how can the child know how their father took birth it's not possible right because the child wasn't born they're saying in the same way how can a devte how can the manukh know about the state of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਦੇਵਤੇ ਆਦਿਕ ਪਿਤਾ ਰੂਪ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਅੰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ ਤਾਂ all the beings humans devte you name it they don't know the end of God because we're all the children of God is our father the father who came before the son so how can the son or the daughter know how the father was born they can tell them but they weren't there to see it meaning that we cannot find the end of ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਸਗਲ ਪਰੋਈ ਆਪਣਾ ਸੂਤ
ਸਗਲ ਪਰੋਈ Marji here is talking about suit means a ਧਾਗਾ They're saying that just like you have a mala te Sahib Singh Ji, you have lots of beads. The Sagala Pure ke WhyGuru Ji has taken this whole sansar and they've threaded it through, they've taken each bead and they put it through this thread. Imagine each bead being a different creation. Everything is on that taga, on that thread. And if WhyGuru Ji wants, they can just pull that taga and then everything is removed and destroyed. Meaning everything is in Guru Sahib's hukum. Just like that taga, as soon as they pull it, there's nothing left. That's the control of WhyGuru Ji. Just in a second, they can create and destroy everything. Hanji.
Sumat gyan dhyan jin de.
So, jinnah te WhyGuru Ji kirpa kar dinde han. On that one that WhyGuru Ji's kirpa, samat. Jisnu WhyGuru Ji samat pave shrest buddhi bakshde han. Te samat gyan dhyan jin de. Gyan hai means ke sargun swarup da gyan. To understand WhyGuru Ji's sargun swarup, the physical form. Ja saas ne dhyan ke how to put dhyan on WhyGuru Ji. Pave sargun swarup te dhyan launa, ja nirgun swarup te kis tarike de naal dhyan launa hai. How does somebody do that? It's only when Guru Sahib Ji gives them the kirpa jin de. When Marji blesses them with that soji, ke how does somebody do that? How does somebody connect Hanji?
Jan das naam ਧਿਆਵਹਿ se.
Fir Sahib Singh Ji os jeev os das sevak Sharda Sahit Pavana Sahit Naam Tyave se. Fir Sahib Singh Ji with complete Pavana, Sharda means faith, they can focus on the Guru. Then they have Gyan, then they have Dhyan, then they have Somat, Shrest Mat, Shrest Buddhi. Only when the Guru gives it. And the Guru only gives it when we deserve it and if we ask for it. If we don't ask for it, we're most likely not going to get it. Right? We have to ask. That's why we do Ardas. Ardas is a form of Nimrta. Jithe niche samalin tithe nadar teri baksis. Where there is Nimrta, there is the Guru's bakshish. Haji.
Teho gun mein ja ko parmaye.
Sahib Singh Ji, dusre pass on the other side, you have those that are lost in Param. Tehe gun mein hai. Tehe gun means tinna guna vich pave rajo tama sato gun vich tehe gun mein hai. Hanji dwara paro ji.
Teho gun mein ja ko parmaye.
Ja ko parme jis jeev tinna guna vich param da firda hai. The one who stays lost in anger, one minute being angry, next minute having jealous thoughts, nindya, chugaliya, phir they feel shant. They're always it's like a whirlwind from one thought to the other. Hanji.
Janam mare phir aave jaye.
Os jeeva jamda marda which os chakkar which renda hai saas, they stay in that janam maran di khed all the time. They take birth, then they die, then they come back again. Janam mare phir aave jaye. Again and again they come and come. They cannot break this cycle of life and death. Hanji.
Uch neech tiske asthan.
Uch pave swarg lok de vich, neech narak vich ja. Jire lok hankari purush han, the ones who have hankar inside them. Uch hankar ja neech nimrta, they have humility inside them. Uch neech tiske asthan. Asthan means that these are all places of WhyGuru Ji. Pave, the one who has hankar, God sits inside them. The one who's the biggest papi, God sits inside them. The one who's the biggest punni, the one who's Bhagati, WhyGuru Ji sits inside them as well. In Narak, WhyGuru Ji is in Narak, WhyGuru Ji is in Swarg, WhyGuru Ji is in Sachkhand, WhyGuru Ji is everywhere. There's not one place where WhyGuru Ji isn't. WhyGuru Ji is everywhere. Hanji.
Jaisa janave taisa nanak jaan.
But Jaisa janave, until WhyGuru Ji does kirpa, Jaisa janave taisa nanak jaan. Jaan means to know. Only when Guru Sahib Ji does kirpa, that person can know this stuff. Otherwise, it's all just words. It's all just words until Guru Sahib Ji allows that person to understand or see with their own eyes. Hanji.
Nana roop nana jaake rang.
So Nana Rupa, ke oho WhyGuru Ji de anek prakar de roop han. They have many forms. Nana Rupa, Nana Jake Rang. Anek prakar de rang. They have many forms. Big, small, fat, skinny. You name it, everything is all the form of WhyGuru Ji. Nana Rupa Nana Jake Rang, Anek Prakar de Rang. Whether that's white, black, meaning many different types of people. that WhyGuru has many forms and they come in many forms as well. Meaning they sit inside everybody. Sab mein hai jot hai soe, hanji.
ਨਾਨਾ ਭੇਖ ਕਰਹਿ ਇਕ ਰੰਗ
ਤੇ ਅਨੇਕ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਲਿਬਾਸ ਧਾਰਨ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ. That WhyGuru takes for many forms. ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ take upon the form of Narsing. Just like if you listen to the Itihas or in Sri Raida Sahib, ਕਿ ਹਰ ਜੁਗ ਜੁਗ ਭਗਤੋ ਪਾਇਆ ਪੈਜ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਆਏ ਰਾਮ ਰਾਜੇ. Aya Ram Raje, WhyGuru came in the form of Narsing, half man, half lion, and saved Prahlad from Harnakash, their own father, who tried to kill them. Ja Sat Sangha Ji, if you read Sri Guru Pratap Suraj Grantha, Kavi Santokh Singh Ji talks about when the Kar Seva of Sri Darbar Sahib is happening, they also say there's this massive pathar, this huge rock, and inside that rock it was so strong that they couldn't break the pathar. And all the Sevadars would try to break it, the ones who do the building work, do the Kar Seva, they couldn't break this rock. And then one day in Sachkhand, WhyGuru Ji was sitting there, Jive Kavi Santokh Singh Ji likhde han ke WhyGuru Ji, all the Devi Devta are sitting there, watching this Kar Seva happen of Sri Darbar Sahib. Then WhyGuru Ji then takes upon the form, comes in a Sargun Sroop, they come to Sri Harmandir Sahib themselves, they Maharaji aap to do Kar Seva of Sri Harmandir Sahib. They come and do the Kar Seva. And all the sevas happening so quickly that Guru Arjan Dev Ji says to the Guru Sikhs that how is this happening so quickly? Who are these beings that have come? I've never seen them before. The Guru Arjan Dev Ji sees that WhyGuru Ji themselves has come to do seva. Asiri Darbar Sahib, they also vele Guru Arjan Dev Ji uchars a Shabad in Suhi Rag. And they look at WhyGuru Ji as Kavi Santokh Singh Ji writes, and they say to WhyGuru Ji ke Santa ke Karaj aap khloya har kam karavan aya Ram. These are the bachin that Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, the first Hukamnama Sahib in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj that came in Baba Buddha Ji did Prakash of Sri Adi Granth Sahib Ji, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj Ji. They say, Santa ke Karaj aap khloya, ki to resolve the affairs of the saints aap khloya. Khloya means to stand. Har kam karavan aya Ram, ke WhyGuru Ji aap sargun swarup taran karke is dunya vich aaye han. That God has come themselves in a physical form. Keve Sat Singh Ji nirgun aap Sargun Pi Ohi. God is not just the formless one, they are the form as well. If God wishes to take a form, they can take form anytime they want. Inside everybody, Hanji.
ਨਾਨਾ ਬਿਦ ਕੀਨੋ ਵਿਸਥਾਰ
ਤੇ ਨਾਨਾ ਬਿਦ ਕੀਨੋ ਵਿਸਥਾਰ. Nana Sat Singh Ji ਅਨੇਕ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਵਿਦਿਆ ਕਰਕੇ with many types of techniques, Nana ਬਿਦ ਕੀਨੋ ਵਿਸਥਾਰ. WhyGuru Ji makes his whole creation ਵਿਸਥਾਰ pasara. To make it spread out, WhyGuru Ji makes his whole creation expand. And they can make it crunch in just a second, Hanji.
Prabh Abhinasi Ekankar.
ਤੇ ਉਸ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਅਬਨਾਸੀ ਨਾਸ ਤੋਂ ਰਹਿਤ ਹੈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਅਬਨਾਸੀ ਏਕੰਕਾਰ ਇੱਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਸਰੂਪ ਹੈ ਇੱਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਰੂਪ ਹੈ. They are one, they are not more than one, they are just one, they are that one true form ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ. ਹਾਂਜੀ.
ਨਾਨਾ ਚਲਿਤ ਕਰੇ ਖਿਨਮਾ ਹੈ
ਤੇ ਨਾਨਾ ਚੜਤ ਕਰੇ ਖਿਨਮਾ ਹੈ. ਨਾਨਾ ਚਲਤ, ਨਾਨਾ ਹੀ means many. ਅਨੇਕ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਕੌਤਕ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿ ਜੀ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ. They can make many things happen in just a second. Many ਕੌਤਕ. Just like the ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕਿ ਗਰੀਬ ਗਵਾਜ ਗੁਸਈਆ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਾਥੇ ਛਤਰ ਤਰੈ. What's the first line in that ਸ਼ਬਦ? ਮੇਰੇ ਲਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੀ ਚੇਤਾ ਭੁੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਸ਼ਬਦ कि Maharaji saying to us कि गरीब नवाज गोसैया मेरे माथे छतर तरे. कि Maharaji saying Bhagat Ravidas जी कि ऐसी लाल तुझ बिन कौन करे. ऐसी लाल कि हे प्रभु परमेश्वर भाई जी तुझ बिन कौन करे. कि Bhagat Ravidas जी was from a very needy jat, very low jat, a Chamar jat. But still the Rani of one of the villages, being the queen, she was a Pashik, she used to follow Bhagat Ravidas Ji. The ਜਿਹੜੇ Brahmin ਲੋਕ ਸੀ ਸਾਧ ਸਿੰਘ become very irkhalu, very jealous of Bhagat Ravidas Ji. So what do? They started to chuglia to the Raja ke but Rani, your wife is a Pashik, she follows a Chamar. That's her guru, a Nivi Jat. Right? And of course being a Raja, they'll be from a higher Jat, a Khattari Jat. So what happened was that they started doing this chuglia, and the Raja went to his wife, to the queen, and said, is this true that you are servant, you follow, your guru is of a low jat, a Chamar jat? And she goes, yes, that is true. But this Bhagat Ravidas Ji, my guru, my Gurudev, they are of such a high avastha than those Brahmins. So they say that if you want to test them, you can. So they did this big ceremony called a yag. The Raja and the Rani called all the Brahmins to have langar, to have food. And they called Bhagat Ravadashi as well. But the Brahmins, Sankhep de Sasing, Jire Brahmins, they didn't want to sit with Bhagat Ravadashi. Guru ka langar de vich, you have to all sit together. Pangat de vich, whether you're Garib, whether you're Amir, whether you're rich or poor, whether you're from a high caste or low caste, Brahman, Khatri, Sood, Vas, it doesn't matter. Everyone sits together. In England, we all look the same. We all dress pretty similar. In India, you can see the difference. You go to India, go to Nanded, which is Maharashtra, which is not a very rich state. A lot of poverty there, a lot of gribi. You can stay in the langar hall and you got nice kapre on, your Nike kapre. The next you got somebody who's got no kapre on, ripped clothes. Right? So there you can see the gribi. It's hard to see a lot of the time. So Bhagat Ravadashi is sitting there on their own and the Brahmins are sitting on the having langar. What happens is that when the Brahmins start to eat, between each Brahman, Bhagat Ravadashi appears. Between each one of them. So imagine them all sitting together, Bhagat Ravadashi. There's one Brahman, Bhagat Ravadashi, Brahman, Bhagat Ravadashi, Brahman again and again. They realize the Katha ke this Bhagat Ravadashi is a true Bhagat of WhyGuru Ji, of Prabhu Parameshwar Ji. And then they realize their galti and they go and ask a maafi. They all say, well, what is Bhagat Ravadashi do? They Chad Ji ke aisi lal, tujh bhi na kaun kare. Nobody else could have done this, only you. You saved my honor. Garib Nawaj Gosaiya mere mathe chhatra tare. What did you do? You put this beautiful canopy, chhatra. You could say like an umbrella or like a chandoa on top of my head. You gave me so much man, so much honor. But Jive Mari says ke har ki Bhagat pragat nahi chape. Jo Prabhu Parameshwar Ji Bhagat han, Bhagat jan han. They want to stay gupta, but pragat. Marji makes them pargat. They cannot be hidden in this world. Pragat nahi chape. They cannot stay hidden for very long, Hanji.
Pura rahyo, puran sab thaaye.
Te pura rahyo, kyunki Saad Singh Ji, Prabhu Parameshwar Ji, sariya thava te vyapak ho raha hai. They are completely absorbed in every single part of the world, Hanji.
Nana bhed kar banat banai.
Te Nana bhed Saad Singh Ji, anek prakar, tarikya de naal Saad Singh, many different techniques. So, with many different techniques, Nana bhed kar banat banai. They have created this world. Es sansar di banavat बनाई है साथ they've made this whole world हाँ जी
अपनी कीमत आपे पाई
ते आपने कीमत इस संसार दा कीमत the कीमत means the worth आपे पाई only they truly know the कीमत the worth of this creation they themselves जिवे लाकिन श्री रहरा साज दे पाठ के when they say के सुन वड्डा आखे सबको के वड्डा डीटो है कीमत पाना कहे आ जाए कीमत पाना कहे आ जाए who can truly know the worth of WhyGuru Ji, kahe na jaye. Nobody can know the end of WhyGuru Ji. Vadde mere sahiba, gehar gabira, gune gahira, koi na jane. Hanji.
Sab kaat tiske, sab tiske thao.
So Saad Singh Ji, Guru Maharaj Ji saying Akhiliya Pagti de vich, Hanji dwara paro ji.
Sab kaat tiske, sab tiske thao.
Sab kaat tiske, sab kaat means hirdya, in the heart. Ja sarira vich, sare sarir de vich, WhyGuru Ji resides in everybody's heart. Everybody belongs to WhyGuru Ji. Sab kata, tiske, sab tiske thao. Every single takana, every single place, everything belongs to WhyGuru Ji. Everything that we see in front of us, every single heart is the heart of the Gurus, Hanji.
Jap jap jeeve nanak har nao.
So इसी तरह साध संगत जी अखीली पंक्ति विच गुरु अर्जन देव जी महाराज जी कहंदे ने कि जप जप जीवे नानक हर नाम जप जप जीवे के हर नाम प्रभु परमेश्वर वाहिगुरु जी दे नाम जप जप के मैं जिਉਂਦਾ हाँ I stay alive. आखा जीवा विसरे मन जाओ. By saying the God's name, by saying Guru Maharaj Ji's name, jap jap jeeve nanak har now. Okay, by saying the name, I'm truly alive. When I forget their name, visare mar jao, then I'm not alive. So this is the Upadesh Guru Saji finishes off with, that if you want to truly feel alive and not be dead from the inside, feel pain from the inside, fade, jap jap jeeve nanak har now. So inya beintiya parvan karniya, please forgive all the mistakes made in the Katha Vichar today. May Guru Sahib Kirpa, may the Sad Sangha Kirpa to bless us to continue this seva and not to make as many mistakes as we do in the Katha Vichar. So, Deho Sajjana Sisariya, ਜੋ ਹੋਵੇ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਿਓ ਮੇਲ।
ਨਾਨਾ ਬਿਦ ਕਰ ਬਨਤ ਬਨਾਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਕੀਮਤ ਆਪੇ ਪਾਈ। ਸਭ ਘਟ ਤਿਸ ਕੇ ਸਭ ਤਿਸ ਕੇ ਠਾਓ ਜਪ ਜਪ ਜੀਵੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰਿ ਨਾਉ।
हे गोविंद हे गोपाल हे दयाल प्राणनाथ अनाथ सखे दीन दर्द निवार। हे समरथ अगम पूर्ण मोहे मैं तार। अंधकूप महाभयान नानक पार उतार। आए प्रभ शरणागति कृपा निध दयाल। एक अखर हर मन बस्त नानक होत निहाल। वाहिगुरु नाम जहाज है चढ़े सुतरे पार। जो सरदा कर सेव दे गुर पार उतार नहार। जो सरदा कर सेव दे गुर पार उतार नहार। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.